Stories like when the rain bowed to the sun, Tefnut to Ra, Tefnut to Pi. Understand while I'm wise. Like when Vader grabbed the Emperor and made him fly. The reason why I got this helmet and these gloves is to emphasize that we're training for war, cuz. We're trained to never miss. Trained to hit, block, hit, don't miss. I'ma tell you, and tell you like this. I've trained in repetition, trained in combinations, trained in precision. Not trained in hating. I'm trained in release in energy, reaching God on my station. I was the chosen one. I've been doing this shit since before you begun. Check the Hyro, son, and no, I didn't make it up. I really went through the Bible over and over and over again, cuz. I took my notes, like when Obama took his votes, like when Tookie, Jamel, Raymond took their lokes and said we gonna protest. We come from the best. Comets, Black Panthers, to my set, to what you might regret. Hold up, let me read this in the middle. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me if you understand. Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know. Who stretched a measuring line across it? On what were its footing set? Or who laid its cornerstone? While the morning stars sang together and all the angels shouted for joy. I'm not adding to the scripture, it ends right there, boy. But let me tell you like this. It adds to the joy, it adds to the fist. We're training to win, training as Crip, with the color and symbols as well. No false idols, that's like a bad omen. That's like when I got my cachet showing. You're knowing, there's no gear, we'll be warring them motherfucking devils. Right up, right fucking there, right there, loke. And I'm trained to chop, hit, and choke. Trained to scratch. Trained to pinpoint, pressure point, puncture that artery and vein. It's a capillary. It's a capital crime. It's insane. It's young Mecca. Cracking the wood. Like the terrorists crashed the plane. Not to mention the devil. They programmed them like Palpatine. Nigga, I'm from Elephantine. I bring the kush. Green. It's not just what it seems. It is what it is. I'm an Igbo Uku warrior. With the biz. I'll be there with the Crips. And I'll slow it down and make it smooth. It's time to take off the sparring gear and spit poetry, fool. I'ma spit it well. Spit it off the top. Spit it for my block. Spit it even if I get shot. Rewind it back to the beginning of the beat, to the block. Rewind it back to Crete, to Saudi Arabia, to Ethiopia. I'm Mecca, an Igbo warrior, mixed with whites, yin mixed with yang, rights mixed with the lights, mixed with even more rights. I'm so right, I had to step with my left. I'm so tough, I had to pause SETI and take your breath. I took my tech. I told myself to calm it down, but I won't. Why don't you get? It was the temple where we woke up on shit. It was the temple where we kept it lit. From civil servants to revolutionaries. It was the temple of the Igbos and all. With Egyptian artifacts, actions tell the story. My tribe got our tribal scars and the glory. And that's how time will tell. Thought told me to send Set, Apep, and Tot right to hell. Lord Osiris taught me well. I reject your European psychologically insane spell. Psychological warfare of hell. Got me stumbling on my words and syllables as well. 'Cause my tongue is not yours. You were cursed. We were first. Why don't you get? The meta tells the truth. And the truth is you're a bitch. Your whole tribe, they hid till they turned white like they saw a ghost. And I'm gonna put this down for Chike, Menzies, Neferkare, and Young Ghost. Nothing more needs to get spoke. My son was right about me. I'ma die as Heru, a sacrifice that's worthy. Worthy of note in the Metanetter. Worthy of note in Kemet. Nubia Waset. This is Neckin and Edfu. Edfu. Don't you forget. Why don't you get? It's the temple of Edfu. And I embody Heru. I'd like to thank my family. I'd like to thank the light side, my ancestors in Igbo land, my ancestors in Nubia, Kemet, Waset, my ancestors in Nigeria, my ancestors all over Africa, all over the world, my Asian brothers, my white brothers, my Arab brothers. You know how it is with me, my Native Americans. I'll be right there with the Olmecs, G. Be right there with the Japanese. I'll be right there in heaven, sea walking with my G's. Be right there with the Glock. Be right there with the spirit of Chike and Pac. So take a second and dance with me. Do a little tribal jam. We planted the wisdom like a motherfucking yam. Why don't you get? It was my great people. The great empire, before the Greeks came, it was Waset. There was magic, because it came from the Lord. There was the flail, the staff, the scepter. There was the sword.